Okay, so this past week I made this. This is a banana blueberry oat bread. So being stuck at home, every morning I get up with my son and I make him breakfast. And breakfast is starting to get, he eats eggs, he eats toast, butter, whatever, whatever, the normal breakfast items. And so since I've been getting up with him every morning and we've been doing breakfast, and since I've been at home, I've got way more extra free time to basically cook. I basically turned it into like a little baby cooking show for him. And so I've been experimenting and making all different kinds of things. So I thought he would like this. He loves blueberries, he loves bananas. So I was I'm gonna make this blueberry banana bread. So I made it and he loves it. And I was looking back at the recipe, and I think there's a lot of area of opportunity here. So I'm basically going to make the same thing, a little bit spicier, but not overwhelming. And then I'm going to do a little twist on it, and there's going to be like a kind of like a French toast situation happening. So it's super easy, and I'm just going to kind of walk you guys through my idea. This is based off of a recipe I found on Serious Eats, which is a website that if you like to dork out about cooking and baking and all things food, Serious Eats is a really, really good resource. So I will put a link to their website in the description below. So basically all you're going to do is you're going to take a bunch of dry ingredients and you're going to take a bunch of wet ingredients, and you can combine them, you're going to mix it up, you're going to put it in a pan, bake it off, boom, super simple. So we're going to start. We got some oats. I think it's a cup and a half. If I get the measurements wrong on this recipe today, I'm going to put the whole recipe in the description below. So don't necessarily quote me on what I'm about to say because I'm going by memory, and my memory sucks. So a cup and a half of oats, I believe. And then we've got a cup and a half of flour. I'm just using what I have around. This is Italian 00 flour that I normally use to make fresh pasta, but this is the only flour I have in the house, so that's the flour I'm using. We got some cinnamon. I believe this is a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I might have gone more, I'm not sure. Cinnamon. We need salt, so we're gonna do a pinch of salt. I think we're trying to aim for like a quarter teaspoon. So, quarter teaspoon of salt. Baking soda. Got a baking soda for baking, so I think it's a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. Boom. Baking powder. More baking powder. Maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon, maybe teaspoon and a half. In the description. All right, that's all our dry ingredients. So I'm just going to quickly mix these up. Boom. All right, now we're adding wet ingredients. So when I read the original recipe, I think the recipe called for 2 bananas, but I didn't think it was banana-y enough for me. So I'm going with 3 bananas. I'm using frozen bananas that were basically sitting in my little fruit bowl, and they're way overripe, basically almost on the starting to rot side. So I'm going with those 3 bananas, all the wet ingredients in. Canola oil. I think it's a 1/4 cup of oil, so that goes in. Buttermilk. I want to say 1/3 of a cup of buttermilk. So buttermilk goes in. Vanilla extract. I think a teaspoon. Vanilla. Now here's where it gets fun. So it called for a cup of sugar, I believe. I don't like things that are overly sweet, honestly. So what I'm going to do is I'm substituting out the sugar for honey, but not any honey. So this is the Hot Honey by Spicy Shark. If you know how much if you've been watching the channel, you know how much I love this company. But the reason I'm using their syrup is because it has natural cinnamon in it, and there's cinnamon in the recipe, so I think it's a really good compliment, and it's going to add some heat to it because I'm not making this banana bread for my son. I'm making this for me and for my wife. So I'm not afraid to add a little heat. So I'm going to go with what I decide: a 1/2 cup of hot honey, which is a good amount of sugar, honestly. But you know what? You don't do this all the time. And then last but not least, hold on. And then you got the blueberries. So I got an amount of blueberries. It's just kind of whatever I felt like. I want to say this is like a 1/2 cup of blueberries. Washed and in the bowl. Now 2 eggs. Let's see if I can crack these good enough for you guys. Ooh. I got a huge chunk of shell in there. Got it. Second one went much better. All right. So it's all mixed together, but don't go too crazy with it. All right, now I got everything combined. You can see right in there. I'm gonna grease up this rectangular bread pan, loaf pan, whatever you want to call it. Get this guy going. See, I think one of the cool parts of what this recipe is going to be something that's going to happen like at the end. It's kind of like a, I don't know, I guess it's a technique. I'm not fancy, but I have ideas. So I'm just going to take everything, pour it in there. I've got an oven that's preheating to 350 degrees. And there it goes. We are preheated. And I spilled some on my counter. Oh well. And so since the bananas, the bananas were frozen and they came out, they're coming up to room temperature. They're still a little cold, so it's probably gonna add a little bit of cooking time to this. So I'm gonna do 30 minutes at 350, and then I'm gonna rotate it and do another 30 minutes. So a full hour bake, I believe, on this guy. 350, 30 minutes, and then we're gonna rotate him. 30 minutes. And now in the meantime, we're going to make the butter that's going to be going on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this butter and we're going to use it to put it in the pan, and then we're going to saute this this banana blueberry bread, creating this like sugary crust on top of it, and then we're going to top it off with the butter at the end and make this amazing thing. Okay, so I've got a stick of butter that I have softened in the microwave. We're going to take regular old grade A dark maple syrup, and we're just going to do this all by kind of by touch. So I'm going to put a little bit going in there. For adding heat, keeping with the same vibes, we've got volcanic peppers, makes this blueberry maple habanero sauce. You can see that right there. That I use, I put it on French toast, I put it on pancakes, waffles. I use it as a syrup, basically. And so we're going to add a little touch of that because blueberry, maple, the whole situation, continuing the theme. And then for a little bit of freshness, we're going to use an orange, and we're just going to zest. So let's put a little orange zest in here. It's just going to continue with the citrus, the blueberry vibes, and just kind of hopefully add a little bit of brightness. Okay. I'm going to mix this whole situation up. And then we're going to get this in the refrigerator so it can cool down, so that way it solidifies and we can use it when it comes time, once the bread is ready. So, all right, fast forward to finished bread. All right, I just pulled this guy out of the oven. It looks beautiful. It looks very juicy inside, I will say that. Juicy is the wrong word, it looks moist. So hopefully it holds together. So I'm gonna let it cool. I might chill it for a little bit. I'm gonna slice it, and then we're gonna get it in the pan with this habanero maple orange butter. So cue the cooking part. Alrighty, we got our finished product. So we got a blueberry, banana, habanero, honey, made banana bread, French toasty situation with a maple, habanero, blueberry, butter with orange zest on top. And then sear it off in a pan. So let's see how this bad boy tastes. The orange zest is amazing. I love that part. It's as good as you think it would be. Absolutely delicious. Mildly spicy, just a minor amount of kick. You don't want it to be like challenge level on breakfast here. But most of us are stuck at home right now. Solid option. It was an experiment. I like it. Hope you guys do. Hope you guys enjoyed the cooking video. I'm planning on doing a bunch more of these. Man, that is absolutely tasty. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next.
Hey, this is Brian Ames. Please click the subscribe button that you see right there, and you'll subscribe to my videos. From now on, I'm going to be eating a lot of peppers. It's going to, oh man, it's going to be great. Bye.